Good evening, my tits. We have finally made it.
Yo.
Ooh, that's some setup you got there, Keego.
Wow, I really look like I am working in the German club we were talking about a couple of weeks ago. I'm doing a really weird, kinky human horse race, and I'm commentating on that as we speak. That's my second job. But we finally got here, guys. I'm going old school here with the handheld microphone to make myself feel important. It is to scale before you ask. But most importantly, how are my tits this evening?
I have not been in this layout for ages. And suddenly it's like, let's see if I can do it. See if I can. Hold on. Oh, fuck you then. Fuck you.
Sorry, I saw exactly what you were saying, and I tried to fix the problem. Yeah.
Which is good because I had no idea what that fucking bobble hat thing that was sticking out the side from behind you was.
That side.
Yeah, it looks like some sort of cock warmer.
Don't mention that. We're not on speaking terms. It knows what it did. So it wasn't warm enough, and it let me down. But I think because I ruined everything this evening, I thought I'd put a little bit of a format on it this evening because Number one, for our audience, count the amount of times Alo goes on mute. Number one. Number two, hopefully everyone has had at least 2 drinks while I messed the intro of this whole thing up. And number 3, we're actually going to talk about a couple of things that are coming up this week, right? Or in the next little while even. Starting next week, on the 23rd, we have the Crack Shop with the great and powerful Ben Vert is going to headline that. But then Alo has a bit of news that she unleashed on the dark web earlier on today. Alo, what is your news?
I'm going to be doing at the Marquee with a couple of comedians in August, and there's tickets available. I'll put a link in the page if people want to buy tickets.
Tickets.
Wait, so what's the Marquee? What are you doing? The festival? Are you doing the Fringe? Edinburgh Fringe?
No. So we have an at the Marquee here in Ireland, and it's like August 12th and August 15th, and like Enya Martin's there, Fred Cook, Carl Spain, Emma Doran, to name a few people, Aideen McQueen. And then Eilish got her head in there somehow.
Wait, so what is this? So this is a comedy festival in Ireland. So people watching, sell it. Come on, fucking sell it. This is big news.
On the Fringe. Let's go.
I'm also conscious that we have a 4th tit with us today.
We do. We're trying to get all the admin work out of the way early, and then we are going to bring our 4th tit in. So yeah. Get tickets to go and see Alo live in full 3D form. And then we'll come back to the last piece of admin work because to give you a clue, right, we've been pimping Eargasm. There it is right there, blocking up Alo as per usual. But our guest is connected to Eargasm. Aside from giving the people of the world eargasms for many a year, we have a headliner for Eargasm on the Friday night, and it is... He currently has a special on the YouTubes. There it is there. Anytime you see that, you click on it and you watch it in its entirety. Ladies and gentlemen, if I can find him, the great and powerful tit number 4 for the evening, Mr. Damo Clark.
Woo!
Hey!
Hooray!
Hooray!
It's great to see you all. You're all looking well. I liked how Eilish was like, should we talk up to this other guy before I announce the lineup? He might not be.
Like, we do have someone waiting. It's kind of like when someone has rang the doorbell and you're taking your time to answer the door. It's like...
I thought it was going to be like all the greatest stand-up comedians that are based in Ireland are going to be on. Oh, bar our guest.
No.
Maybe I am on at the Marquee. I can't even remember, but I don't know. I'll probably be there anyway.
so many gigs you can't even remember what the fuck is going on. That's it. You just stand outside by a brick wall and we don't know what's happening really. But it's great to have you here, Damo, because we have heard you and listened to you and laughed at you and with you for a million years, it feels like at this stage, because the world is small and lockdown has been long. So how have you been getting on over the last, 25 years of lockdown, however long it's been?
In a long time. I tell you, I think they really suit me. I like it. I'm one of those, like some people just like really easily just pleased. And doing nothing. I just really like it. I mean, I miss like my favorite thing ever is the same as you guys. It's like gigging live or being at live events, just being where all the people are. But if you're not there, it's good to just not do anything, because I think a lot like you guys probably, I'm either on or off, right? And if there's no gigs, I miss the gigs, but like I'm not sad. I'm just there. I'm just enjoying doing nothing. Like it's good. Like it's just flat. It's just fine. It's just fine, you know.
But do you find are we all just getting used to the Netflix true crime? The most horrific stuff on Netflix is starting to wash over us a little bit now. You know what I mean? It's like they found 15 humans in the back of a Toyota Starlet, and you're going, it's Wednesday.
Guys, my Netflix algorithm is like, I got a 4-year-old. It's either Coco Melon, or it's like the deadliest serial killers of all time. Now it's my dreams are messed up. It's like hi, I'm Blippi. The murder victims were found in a garbage truck.
Oh my God. I never thought on this podcast we would have A, an impression of Blippi, and B, I would get it and I would also feel the trauma. So I regularly look after my nephew, and the two things that he likes are Blippi and Coco Melon, and I could fucking scream when it comes 5 o'clock and we hand him back because of that orange glassist cunt. Like, if you're watching at home and you don't know who Blippi is, then have a bit of a deep dive. And then, I mean, really what we're doing is just filling people with more fodder so that there are more Netflix serial killer dramas. There's got to be somebody in a couple of years' time who will murder because of the overlord Blippi. I think that's...
Yeah. You know, when people are like, whenever you interview the neighbors, when someone has just been like announced as a serial killer, and then you see the neighbors going to
announced.
Now, like on Sky News or RTE, and now it's just kind of like, well, did you see his Netflix? You know, like, it's only a certain matter of time.
They really need an incognito window for Netflix.
Like, who was, I think, was it Eleanor Tin? And I think she had a great joke about, like, you know, it's the only way that, you know, some comedians, like, are going to get on in their own Netflix special if they just start murdering people, you know? At least telling a joke or getting arrested or whatever, you know?
It's become marketing now. Murders, you know, it's a quick way. It's like the sex tape in the mid-2000s, you know? Now you just go out and murder a few people and put them in a fridge, and then you've got your own Netflix special and an OnlyFans account.
Do you think there's a rivalry between murderers going like, well, I had a documentary. It's like, well, I had a 4-part docudrama. I was like, fuck. What you want to aim for, like, is the juicy 10-part. I mean, making a murderer guy, we don't even know if he did it or not, and he's got 2 series of 10 episodes. Like, there's nobody unseating that guy as the best Netflix murderer.
They're in prison going, the actor that played you was rubbish. Yeah. I didn't believe you at all. I didn't even believe you was stabbing that guy. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine the lowest thing is you only got an interview with Piers Morgan for half an hour on ITV.
I got a documentary. Yeah.
My favorite thing about the Netflix was looking at the top 10 in Ireland or wherever you live. And then seeing, like, it sort of it resonated of what people were sort of thinking or wanting to watch. Like, as soon as the pandemic hit, Contagion was number 1 because everyone was like, "What is this?" And they were like, "Oh no, Gwyneth Paltrow! It must be serious," you know. And then it was like we got so bored halfway through last year that we all got into chess. We're like, "Fine, we'll watch chess. We're bored." And then somebody, Feed Phil was big for a while because everyone was just wanted to learn how to cook but couldn't be bothered. So just wanted to watch someone travel and eating. That's all they wanted to do. I just want to travel and eat because I can't travel and eat.
Yeah.
And then it was Bridgerton because everyone Brexit, but you just wanted to see British people get buggered. And then
it's just porn now. Yeah, exactly. Stop porn.
Proud, obviously, because you want to see like how terrible they were. All the actors play them, and now it's back to like comedy or people getting killed. You know, it seems to be like each week it just flips. Getting killed. Need a joke, and then kill people again. You know, So
like, I'd love to be the eyes in that meeting room at like the pitching room in Netflix going, let's kill someone else. It's like, no, but we did that last time. Like, I know, but they really love it. Like, it's a bit concerning.
And there's one lad in the background going, lads, is there anything to be said for just playing The Office again in its entirety for the rest of the year? Because we've watched that 14 times. It's brilliant. Or Friends, yeah. Oh my God. But like, it's a weird thing because we're celebrating the start of summer today. Now, usually I'm wearing more clothes than this. It's just I started sweating while messing up the internet as we were trying to start this show. But the start of summer, it kind of Ben, as the big pro of the group, that's how many meetings are there? I don't know. But he was talking about...
Hey, I didn't get asked to do a fucking tent in August, so, you know.
Minge on the fringe. That's my special. So... That's mine, not yours. Don't steal it. So I was going to throw this out to the group, to my lovely tits for the evening. Songs when you were a teenager.
Damo, you're an honorary tit now. Damo, you're a tit as well.
Damo's gone to get some tits, I think.
I just wanted to see my brick wall move. No, I forgot to plug in my laptop, so it just gave me my 10%. 10 minutes in, it's like, yeah, you got 10% left. It's like, shows that I don't do any prep technology. Oh,
I'm in that canoe with you, Damo. Jesus Christ.
This
is live TV. It doesn't have to be, but it is.
I
open back up again.
Blippi on YouTube and Netflix has drained this battery.
That's what Cocomelon does to you.
Blippi sounds like a drug you order, a closing time in the boozer, and you can't even talk properly and ask for a can of Blippi,
Well, okay.
Blippi and poppers.
So Davo and I know who Blippi is.
Hang on, we're going to go back to what Alo said in a second. Just hold on to that, Alo. Ben, take it away.
Do you guys know who Blippi is?
No.
Ailish and Keego? No.
I know who Blobby is.
Okay.
Good for you.
So Blippi's like this kid's entertainer who just goes around like a bunch of like a play park or a zoo and just has a bit of fun, and it's just like a kind of mesmerizing thing for kids to watch. He's a kind of like, there he is there. So he's got a little orangey
that's not
hat.
Creepy at all.
So
no.
Before he was Blippi, before he was a cherished children's internet entertainer, do you know he was like a real kind of like a prank-orientated internet comedian who's like went viral from a video where he shat on a friend. Like a bunch. This is a real thing. Like there's a like big scandal about Blippi, who's this stalwart now of internet kids TV, and he used to do like obscene pranks on his friends. One of them was that like he got a friend to like pretend to be a toilet, and he splattered shit out of his arse all over his friend. And that's the thing that you can. I have not seen it. I've heard about it, but there's a whole big scandal, and this is a thing that we can all now go and enjoy. Everyone,
what a way! What a way to spread rumors. I've never seen it, but you can go watch it somewhere.
I have it on the other screen. I'm about to share it for everyone now. This is Bippy and or
No,
Blippi.
we're not. Damo, what were you going to say?
Sorry.
No, I was just going to say that, like, I haven't watched it, but I heard he was like a jackass kind of guy before he strapped on his orange suspenders and started singing about escalators. That's how you make money. I mean, you can't make that much money about crapping on people unless you're on, like, those hub sites probably. But in merch, there's not that much porn merch that I've seen. So maybe
porn merch.
It's a porn shop. Porn merch is porn shops.
Like there's adult toys, but there's no like duvet covers with like.
Yeah. Oh my god! Can you imagine?
I wouldn't be fond of a pillowcase that had a big knob on it, or a flute.
No,
can you imagine? Where would you sell porn merch? Like, would you have an orgy and then on the way out there's a stall set up and just like T-shirts and copies of the orgy?
With a willy on it, like that.
You could sell a freshers week at a college. That's what you could totally do.
And Pennies would do a licensing deal with it as well. Like you could buy your favorite porn star and a T-shirt on the duvet, and then I can only imagine, Alo, if someone brought you home and there's a big duvet of his favorite porn star, you could really tell a lot about a man by his Google search and his duvet. And if he combines the two of them with a porn duvet from Penny's, it's a match made in heaven.
An empty search history says as much as a search history as well.
Oh, like 100%.
What shouldn't
Mama
be seen? What shouldn't
Mama
be
didn't
seen?
raise no fool. Oh, the best friend in the will. In the will, there's a secret code in every male's will, and that's a code sentence for the best friend to just go and delete the internet history file off every single device that any male has ever owned. So that's a bit of man secret that we've started sharing. But Damo, before you jumped off to recharge after the blippy,
sorry.
We were just talking about this is the start of summer, and everyone's going to be wearing shorts and tank tops again. But we were talking about get up there, a bit of kneecap. That's it.
Kneecap for short.
They're short. The Sharon Stone shorts there. But what songs were you when you were a teenager, when you were finishing school, 18, 19, and you were becoming a man child? What were you listening to at that stage?
Yeah. I was lucky because that was around so grunge was still, it was in the 90s, so it was still like Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Foo Fighters still, like just after Nirvana obviously, and then a lot of Australia. I was listening, a lot of us done that during lockdown, go and listen back to the music then, and it was a lot of like Australian sort of rock that I really liked. Like, these are just going to sound like made up things, but like Grinspoon, Gyroscope, Little Bird.
They all sound like different Gillette razors. Grinspoon.
Yeah, well, and just loads of Australia. Like it's, when I listen to local radio, it was a lot of just, and I still listen to them. Jebediah. These. You have to say bands that you like.
Milk Branch.
Yeah.
Thrashing Machine.
Yeah, like stuff like that. But I should do a playlist. I should do a when I was 18 playlist. But then,
yes.
But then, like, you could probably tell like from what I'm wearing. Like AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, all those dudes are always around. But then I also loved Enya. I had all their albums on tape, and I would listen to Enya walking around. It's almost like Steve Hughes has got a bit about that. He's come down there, but it's true, man. Because ever since LA Story, that movie with Steve Martin, I love comedy movies as we all did, and the whole soundtrack of that was Enya, and I was like, what is that? And my mum had Watermark, the album. So I was like, that's Enya, man. And so I went and bought the albums and just said they were my mum's, And it was either sort of rock or alternative.
Enya.
Or Enya. And
just to bring you back down to sleep, just to calm you down before, after you had like a rocking night, you're just like, only time.
Such good songs, really good for daydreaming, because the internet wasn't as rampant then. So daydreaming was still in, So really good to daydream to. Like people don't daydream anymore. They scroll.
Daydreaming or day drinking? I didn't hear what you said there.
Both. Only time and
at Enya's house in Dalkey. She has a house in Dalkey with 1 million cats, and you're just like listening to her playlist outside your house.
Yeah. And now I live in Ireland, and like not too like now I can drive to a house in 20 minutes. I mean, I've never been past a big gate. It's cool, man. I like that. Oh, but like one of my how like sometimes when we're in the entertainment industry, we can meet some heroes. So we've met a lot of comedians. I met some actors, but the ones that I like, if I met musicians, are the ones that I can't believe I just met the person. And I met the whole band at Ash.
Brilliant!
And the 1977 album I listened to, like on repeat when it came out. And it's such a great album. And I met all of them, and I hung out with them and had Team Biscuits because it was backstage in an RTE thing. And they were out, and I was like, I still think about when people ask, "Oh, what was the best celebrity or whatever?" I was like, "Oh, the whole band at Ash." It was like, and they're like, some people either like Keego know them, or they're like, oh, and you're like, "Girl from Mars," and they're like, "Ah, yeah." But yeah, so like I would have been listening to say Ash back then too. And I heard them first in a movie as well, like Rumble in the Bronx with Jackie Chan. They had the Kung Fu song on the end credits, and I was like, "Who's that?" And how good is that? So Ash just did a song about Kung Fu and mentioned Jackie Chan's name, and Jackie Chan heard it and went, put that in my movie. Like,
put that in my movie. That's pretty cool.
How good is that, man? So yeah, that was a bit but yeah, great album, and they played that full album in the Olympia like 4 years ago, and I was there. Were you there, Keego?
I tried to get in. I listened outside. I listened from the front door of the Olympia until they kicked me away.
Good man.
I'm rotten on the Ticketmaster. I'm always about 4 months too late when the tickets come out, you know. So I listened from the front door.
Yeah.
What about you guys, Ben? Ben and Ayla? When you were coming of age, what were you listening to? What was in your Walkman, iPod, cassette player combo?
It was embarrassing. Like it was like I used to really like REM.
Nothing wrong with that.
And I
yeah,
like it was, and I'm beginning to think that was wrong of me now. You know when you hear stuff now, and like my reaction to REM now, and I love them. Like I got all of their albums. I remember like they're one of the few bands I've ever seen live. But hearing songs now, I just think this is tripe. This is where was my fucking head? You know, shiny happy people, losing my religion. This is such slit my wrists over a diary shit. I mean, you know, so.
Losing my religion, I taped off the radio and I listened to it again. I used to put my Walkman on and go on the swings in the playground.
Yeah.
My religion. Swear to God.
Wow.
Yeah, like that end bit.
Yeah.
With a neutral face, no blinking, just going around on the merry-go-round, just sitting on it, not even in it, just.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just twisted up the thing and yeah, until it's like really crushing down on your head. You've no space. That's yeah. I don't know.
You know, just one end of the seesaw, like Millhouse. It's like, it's me in the corner.
Yeah. Wait, so Keego, you are an REM fan? Is that what you're saying?
I think we're about to have our first fight, Ben.
Okay.
Because much like Damo, I'm early to mid 90s. I never really matured mentally, physically, or emotionally past 1994. So I'm a massive REM fan. I listened to Ash outside the Olympia. I stood on Lansdowne Road train station dancing to REM while they played in Lansdowne Road because I couldn't afford tickets. There's a theme here. I can't afford to get into anything. But for every single big moment of my life, there's an REM song attached to it, which is really weird. So I would have to respectfully disagree with your summarization of REM.
Okay. Well, okay. I'm not like I am the last, as somebody who has a successful Doctor Who podcast, I'm the last one to throw stones at stuff that other people like because I understand exactly what that things mean things to different people. If you like them, that's absolutely fine. But then like I have an embarrassment about sharing like about music. I don't know if it's a real thing. I don't know if there's a name like a name that you can attribute to it as a condition. But music, like sharing my like of music with other people embarrasses me. You know, like my girlfriend's like, "What do you want to listen to on Spotify?" And I'm like, "Nothing. Whatever you want. If we're together, it's whatever you want." Because I would every song that I like in my head, I would sit there and I'd listen with somebody else's ears, and I would be fucking embarrassed at trying to get inside the head of that person. You know, like I think people would look at me and like, you like this? I mean, I am the guy that a couple of weeks ago said that my number one listened to song on Spotify was the theme tune to the Miss Marple films from like the 1950s. So, you know, you're asking the wrong person. What music did I like? I liked whatever your fucking granny liked. Like, that's the music that I liked.
Foreplay is very different in Ben's gaff. You know, get classical with it. You know, we're gonna get the metronome out. We're going to go old school here. Aylo, what about yourself?
Yeah, was it the chorus? Because you've got an Andrea Core vibe about you tonight. It's
me.
Yeah.
I was a bit of a techno head. I was like listening to Tiesto, Cascada, Captain Jack.
Unbelievable.
What was it? Like, it was like all these raver songs and just no taste. Sprinkled, peppered with a bit of Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera. But now, because I still am a child, it's George Ezra. Like, he is summer embodied. He's just summer music. But yeah, I used to listen to absolute shite.
What's his song? Because I don't know who that guy is.
Budapest. Yeah.
Is that Tourette's?
I've been to Budapest. Like that.
Yeah. Or another one is just like,
I'll be riding shotgun underneath your hot mum.
Yeah, that's another one as well. And also musicals. I was a musical theatre kid that listened to techno, so I knew like.
So you were like
no taste
in the rain, and then at night you were Sandstorm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just sticking with the dub, the Dublin that was me. And, then I changed my accent, and then I listened to George Ezra and a little bit of Sinead O'Connor.
Oh, you can't beat Sinead. Can't beat Sinead. We have the same barber.
Same barber.
But you see, like as an 18-year-old, sorry, there might be a delay here, so I apologize. It's the microphone. As an 18-year-old, I can show you what kind of messed up human being most fellas are at the age of 18 by my top played songs of that summer. Okay. So number 1, Travis, Why Does It Always Rain on Me? Because it always rains on you as a kid. Okay. And then you've got Metallica, Battery, which is a little bit more up-tempo, a bit more movement involved. But also, I worked at McDonald's that summer, and I discovered Blink 182, whatever it is. And they have one song that we would play on repeat while pretending to clean the shop and eat all the food at closing time. And that song is called Damn It. And that would be on my playlist for when we were 18. That brings me right back. But yeah, Travis, Why Does It Always Rain on Me? Because I was a moody teenager. Battery, because I was a moody, angry, acne-filled teenager. And then Blink 182, because I was eating burgers, pretending to clean McDonald's. That's growing up in Ireland.
Yes. I too was. Travis, not so much, because I was in Perth, Australia. And then, but definitely Metallica, definitely. And I was Blink 182, yes. I was always listening to that. And then one of the most mental mosh pits I've ever been in was Blink 182. Like, they're just like, and even compared to, I've been in a Metallica mosh pit, but they're older and a bit more like friendly. Blink 182, they'll smash your jaw off. They don't care.
Yeah, they don't know. They're young. They don't know anything. You know what I mean? The older ones, they've been through it. They've been rebuilt. But did you not listen to Silverchair growing up? I thought that was a rule in Australia. Yeah, that's one of my favorite bands as well.
So good, man. They're so good. And I
feeling the bromance.
Yeah, like Frogston was so good, and they were like 14, 15 when they did that. And there's been great music since. What's the name of the lead singer? Jesus, just went out.
Daniel Johns.
Yeah, man, Daniel Johns. Like the two of the most like plain white dude names. Daniel Johns, of course.
Yeah.
John Daniel.
John Daniel, yeah. He checks into hotels under John Daniels. Just to off, you know.
He's got great stuff, but I guess because that album came out when I was like 17 or whatever. You got to listen to it, guys.
Perfect. All their stuff is brilliant.
Where You Tomorrow, and they've got real hard stuff, and then real like they were old mind stuff in like young kids, like angsty, but like how do they know what it's like to be like really sad and in the shade? That song In the Shade, singing about being in the shade, how like sad it is. It's like brilliant.
You just wish they didn't know how sad the world was at that stage. You wish they kind of found that out later on, because finding all that out so young, it can really damage a child. You know what I mean? And it appears to have done that to John Daniels Johns.
Yeah, John Daniels Johns, and like maybe he knew he was gonna hook up with Natalie Imbruglia once, and just and then she probably wrote Torn about him. Like I never hear Torn on the radio ever by Natalie Imbruglia. but every karaoke bar I've ever been in, someone sings it.
Yes. It's the easiest song. When I did singing lessons or something, they were like, this is the easiest song, so it's going to be our first song so we can test your range. That's why. Imagine someone up and going and doing Numb by Jay-Z in Linkin Park. Imagine someone going up and doing that at karaoke. You'd just be like, kill me now. Let me get my fingers, stick them in my eyeballs and swirl them around. But Torn, you can kind of get away with it.
Well, the dodgiest karaoke I've ever seen was, I don't know if you remember the rapper, I guess you call him, Snow was his name, and the song was Informer. It was him, MC Hammer, and Vanilla Ice around the same time, and it was a karaoke classic. After your 12 to 14 points, it was that one.
Boom down.
Has anyone here done karaoke?
What do you mean?
I remember I was at the George with my friend Carolina, and I got so drunk I was like, I'm gonna do karaoke, and she was like, you will not. But no, I don't think I've ever done karaoke.
Was karaoke on, or did you just make people listen to you sing? That's
I'm
like
such
that's
a
the
little
way you said
attention
it.
whore. I'm such like
When you stood on the pool table and sang at them. This is Torn, everybody.
That thing. Don't imagine. Actually, as a kid, you know those hot nuts that you get at a bar.
Yeah.
Go on.
So I was an infant, and I really liked them. So my parents on Patrick's Day went to the pub, and I was like, I want to get these, and my dad was like, no, because if you have more than one, you're not going to eat your dinner later. And I know what you're like, so no, you're not allowed any. And I disappear, and I come back with a whole bag, and he's just like, where the fuck did you get that? And I was just like, the barman gave it to me, and my dad was like, but you're not. Did you get this off the floor? Like, he's worried that I'm going to be sick. So he goes over to the barman. He goes, I'm really sorry if she stole this. And he goes, no, she stood up on the bar and she sang me a song. So I gave her roasted nuts because that's all she wanted. So I was singing the exchange.
That is Charles Dickensian. Charles Dickensian childhood that you had there.
Could you say that again? Could you go through that entire story again, Alo, and I'll single screen you for it so that everyone can take that entire experience in?
Yeah.
I don't even know what I sang. I think I was probably 4 or 5, and I just started singing, and I was like, if I sing, I think I probably just went up going, if I sing for you, will you give me food?
We all feel as dirty.
Yeah, he's just like, this child's hungry. I wasn't going to eat my dinner later. My dad was dead right. I wasn't going to eat it. But stood up and sang and got free food.
Well, what's your karaoke tune now, Alo? What's your song of choice?
Hold the Line by Tutu.
Oh, Hold the Line.
That's yeah.
Always on time. What a
That's
tune.
class. Yeah.
Oh,
Careful now. We nearly saw the cameraman there.
I know. Shh, get out of the way. Get out of the way.
He's got no trousers
has anyone
on.
else done karaoke or have any stories? Were you kicked off stages? Or what is anyone else's go-to karaoke song? Great.
I used to do karaoke every Tuesday night at Bannerman's in the Cowgate in Edinburgh. Stan's karaoke. So I used to be like there was a lot of people. Like I was friends with some like Americans who were visiting one year at university, and what their favorite thing to do, because they thought it was so cool to do karaoke, but in like one of the caves underneath the South Bridge of Edinburgh. So you're doing karaoke, but it's not like one of these kind of little karaoke clubs where it's a tiny room and everyone's in there and it stinks of beer and fart. It was like a fucking ancient cave. And there was a guy called Stan the Man who used to run it Tuesdays at 10 o'clock until like 1. And me and my friend Mark, we used to always sing "Bring Me Sunshine" by Morecambe and Wise. He used to sing a lot of the Morrisseys stuff, the Smiths. A couple of us would get up and we would do fucking hell, what's it called? Tenacious D tribute, and then I would do the voice of the devil at the end. It was pretty good, apart from I tried to do Kate Bush Wuthering Heights, and I was asked never ever to do it again by a number of humans in that room that night.
Wow.
But it was just a laugh. It's just a laugh, isn't it? It's just a laugh doing karaoke.
Just before before you give us your karaoke classic, our number one fan is tuned in from the gym. Well, he says he's in the gym, but he tunes in every week from random spots. He says he's in the gym, but it's a massage parlor in Birmingham. Let's not he's done a lot of bad things in series 1 and 2, Damo. But in terms of karaoke,
I just want to also.
What are you in?
So Ailish, you didn't do much karaoke because with the singing background, you'd nail it, wouldn't you? Or would you want to nail it? Or is it just not your thing to do karaoke?
Yeah, you're a fucking cheat, Alo.
Yeah. Musical theatre.
You know that person who takes it too seriously and they think they're on X Factor. I don't want to be that person. I just want to have a bit of crack.
Yeah. Gotcha. Because I was flashbacks. I think you would have done well, but on Wednesdays in the George, they would do this thing where if you get up and sing a song, like you just give them your phone, they plug it in, like they go lip sync to a song on your phone, and you get a free drink. And I was like,
oh, nice. I'd be all about that.
And this is like after midnight, so the crack is 90. We've done a gig. It's all sweet. We've gone in, having drinks, and it's packed. And I was like, I'm getting a free drink tonight, So because it's not even singing; it's lip syncing, So
exactly.
This has just been after professional drag show, phenomenal. Like that was Diana Ross, but it's Bruce. It's insane how good they are. But thank God I was hammered. Thank God it didn't go ahead, but I went up and was like, I was thinking of doing this one because my phone is always full, so I have limited songs saved on there, my 3G scrap. So I was like going to do Thunderstruck by AC/DC, but that's all. It's all a riff, and then just that. So thank God that the one in charge just went, read the room, honey, and I was like, yeah.
Brilliant.
After they had all they all had Natalie Imbruglia and bloody Diana Ross and stuff. So I've had, I'm like Ben. I would have always been in karaoke, just to watch. I love it. I've had some deaths worse than stand up doing karaoke, and I can't sing. It's not about the singing. It's about the performing bit. And in the Tron, actually, they had karaoke in the Tron, which is good. Just not far from Bannerman, and I did. It was all young people singing. They're all singing Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus, that kind of thing. They're all
Nah.
But it was a good pub, and we were having a good time. And I didn't want to. I was like, screw this. So I went up and did Enter Sandman by Metallica. Here you go. Just because that's another great one. To be James Hetfield, you just have to be like, oh yeah. It's not singing. It's like, hush, little baby, I don't see a world.
You could be giving a Wi-Fi password and nobody would know.
You could be ordering a pizza and it's like you wouldn't know what he's saying. Sorry, sorry. Neil O'Dwyer's just popped back in here asking what a massage parlor is. No judge or solicitor in the land would believe that defense, Neil. You know what you did.
We just roast people and watch our show. That's what we do, and they come back every week, and it's lovely. I've often done a show because doing musicals where my voice is broken on stage. I'd be looking to hit a note and then it's like and wasn't great. Or I did Little Shop of Horrors in UCD. I was Audrey, and straight after the very last show my voice was gone. I was like, thank fuck it was after the very last show.
Hasn't been Audrey the next time.
Yes, really.
What's happened to Audrey? Jesus. Yeah.
Can we talk about Little Shop of Horrors for a moment? Do you know there was an original film version of that? There was nothing to do with a musical, and it's just this bizarre pulp 1950s movie. Am I late to this game? Do we all know this?
That's the one with Steve Martin as the dentist, isn't it?
No.
Moranis.
So that is all that. No, so there's obviously the movie that we're all familiar with, but there's a 1930s the original. Let me. Okay, I'm sounding like I'm having a fucking stroke. Let me have a.
Yeah, we're
I
all sending messages behind your back here, wondering has Ben had a stroke? So
yeah.
Yeah, you look it
I
up.
know
and
that.
I'll tell you about a death. Oh no, sorry, I cut you off there, Eilish. What were you saying? I was just going to tell you about one of my karaoke deaths.
Tell us about your karaoke death. That's going to sound better than my story. Tell me.
Before I do, those hot nuts that you're talking about, that I really like, the cups. You get a cup of hot nuts. Have you noticed the bottom of them are like halfway up? It's a rip-off.
Yeah.
The bottom of the cup is not
Pringles, crisps, anything. Yeah. It's rubbish.
Half of what you think. It's always hard to think. Anyway, so I was in Cyprus in Paphos, and then it were like doing gigs, and then it was a night off, and I was like, let's karaoke it, and it's just full of old people, old British people mainly in Paphos, right? And just all pink and guts. And I was like, my usual karaoke go-to is "That's Life" by Frank Sinatra. That's life. That's what all people say. Nice jazz, and you can croon it, you can chat through it. It's great. And if it's a cordless mic, even better. You just wander through.
That's life.
That's kind of me, doing all that, walking around. Brilliant. But tonight I was like, I'm a big Neil Diamond fan, right? And old people love Neil Diamond. I mean, everyone loves Neil Diamond. Sweet Caroline, And I was like, I'll do one of his albums was Hot August Night, right? With Crunchy Granola Sweet. Was this? If you don't know it, I'm guessing you don't. Look it up. It's a phenomenal track, right? Crunchy Granola Sweet. Sounds like a breakfast cereal. I'd say these guys know Neil Diamond. It's their age group. I'll hit them with it, and they'll be like, "Oh my god, I haven't heard this song in years." Brilliant. So it's my turn, and this should have been a giveaway. Even like the drag queen in the George. This should have been the DJ goes, I don't even think we have it on the list, right? Like 10 Neil Diamond tracks and not that one. I'm like, they'll know it, man. It's good. It's like one of the best.
They'll know it. I love that.
The Hot August Night album, one of his best albums. And it's one of the best tracks. So he goes, right, he finds it, right? So I was like, brilliant. And as soon as I did the first line, which is just beep, 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 boom. Beep, 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 boom, beep, 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 boom. Like an old man is out of touch, they know it because they all are. And this place is packed, like 100 rams. And it occurred to me, if you're doing a song at karaoke that no one knows, it's like you're just singing an original. It's like your own song. They don't know it. So they're like, it's not Neil Diamond's song anymore. It's me.
Yeah.
And the vibe was so high before I went on. Like they were all just like, ooh, singing ABBA, Dancing Queen, that sort of shit. And I'm like, Dancing Queen, but let me hit them with a bit of bloody B-side magic from their era. But the song is about 7 minutes long, so there was no escape. It was like a 7-minute set, and
an unknown Bohemian Rhapsody. You're like, they'll know it.
You're spinning the mic around. You're like, granola sweet, and there's like, there's instrumental bits where you're just waiting, Like, sucked, man. We had to leave. Like, we couldn't stay. I was with a group, but we had to leave after that. Like, because they hated us so much. They just hated me.
Jesus.
I had to finish it with, and that's one of Neil Diamond's best hits. Look it up. That wasn't my song. Oh, suck, man. It's like explaining a joke after a bomb.
That's rough. That's so rough.
Another mistake that it isn't not as long as that, but like Ghostbusters is a great tune. But karaoke, it's not so good because it's really just who you gonna call? It's that. It's great for a minute and then just get off. I learned that the hard way.
We had SingStar or something on PlayStation growing up, and you had Mic A and Mic B, and we had ABBA because when you think of karaoke, you think of ABBA. And one is like, when you change your mind, I'm the first in line. And the other one, it's just like, take a chance, take a chance, take a chance. Like 4 minutes, take a chance, take a chance. And the other one's like going nuts and going crazy and just take a chance, take a chance. It's appalling, but it's all.
Oh, he's gone. She took a chance out of there.
Someone screenshot that quickly. Karaoke is brilliant because it depends on what you're drinking before you go to karaoke. Because, for example, if I'm only on beer, I have to do "It's Tricky" by Run DMC for no reason. I don't know all the words. I sometimes know the dance depending on how much Guinness is in the system. But everyone, it's similar to your Neil Diamond experience. It's just always the wrong audience. You know, you might recognize this song. It's from Rap Trio Run DMC from their Greatest Hits album. Hit It, and you can hear the sound of pint glasses hitting the bar. Just, what is he doing? But it's a real room tester, you know what I mean? But Ben, did you find out about Little Shop of Horrors? Is there more than the Rick Moranis film?
Yeah, there is. Little Shop of Horrors is a 1960 American horror movie directed by Roger Corman and features this very early performance of a young Jack Nicholson. The film's concept is based on Green Thoughts, a 1932 story by John Collier about a man-eating plant. It's this like classic little kind of B-movie horror comedy. Roger Corman is like, he's a very kind of like B movie, a niche kind of like oldie timey 50s 60s director, and that was the basis that they built it wasn't a musical, it was just a sheer horror comedy. And I saw it the other day on like one of these like oldie timey like talking movie channels, and I saw it advertised and I was like, wow, that's on at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, this is my day. And then was kind of disappointed. I was like, what the fuck is this? So there was an original one. So,
was there any like shining moments in the movie? Was it good?
So it's funny, but it's hokey, and there's a lot of like American 1950s, 60s caricatures, i.e., everybody. You know, like there's a lot of Jewish characters, and they're all very "Hey, Moshe," that kind of thing, and it becomes a lot to take, and I don't think they mean it in a bad way, but it kind of comes. It's like it's as bad as what's his name, Watto from the Star Wars movies. You know, remember there was a whole anti-Semitic thing about Watto, the guy that owned baby Anakin, just flew around with his tiny wings, and there was a whole kind of is that a Jewish guy
really
they're doing there?
Money and all that, wasn't he? The Waddle.
He was. Yeah.
Like with money and that.
It wasn't a great outing for Star Wars. Thankfully, it got so much better.
Yeah.
Well, I've introduced the kids to Star Wars, and we watched the first three, the old three first. And then there are moments where we go, look, this is just for show. Things were different back then over in that system over there. It's now we're okay. We don't do this kind of thing. So there was a lot of that going on.
Things were okay back in the 70s and 80s. Then it got a bit weird with all the racist stuff in the 2000s. And then we're back to being okay again.
Yeah, it's like, Dada, how did they teach you maths? Well, violence mostly. That was how life worked. But it's funny you mentioned Jack Nicholson there, Ben. I was actually told recently that at the moment of my conception, one of my parents was thinking about Jack Nicholson. So the world is really small and everything keeps turning around. I don't know if that's sad or just current affairs.
Depends which parent or both at the same time.
Well, they wouldn't say. Yeah, maybe they had a big poster on the wall just of Big Jack. You know,
maybe they were quoting. What was the Jack Nicholson movie that was the most recent release just before your birth? Maybe they had just seen a Jack Nicholson movie. And they were quoting him.
Yeah,
What?
I mean, do you know who it is? It seems weird that your mum and dad would get together and want to offer that piece of information to you, Keego, but then want you to guess as to which parent it was.
Yeah, they left far too much ambiguity there. It's like they were already in the back of a
one of
van
us.
at a music festival. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't need to tell me all this, guys. Just say you loved each other.
Yeah. One of us, as we came, thought about a particular film actor. Who do you think it was? Who do you think it was, Keego?
Yeah, that's what they call me. Yeah.
That feels like child abuse. I would love that. I would love that. That's how you as a child were you still had a beard and you still had a vest top thing, but you were just smaller. Like you were just further away.
Yeah. I'm actually trying to find out what film was out in and around without go. No, it's a weird one. He was in a TV series called Arena. I've never heard of this, so I don't know. Maybe it was just a weird safety word they had. I don't know. But let's move on from that mental image, if you don't mind. Certainly for me, because I don't know where Aylo's gone. I sent her a message there. I think she.
Aylo, like the joke was earlier that Aylo was just gonna. She said she was gonna mute herself every time she was gonna fart. So I'm guessing she just like has diarrhea.
She shit her pants.
That's why she hasn't come back. She's
just full on prolapsed out her arse onto her floor.
Oh, what a beautiful mental image. And if you would like to donate to the Help Aylo Fund, I have it here somewhere. Do I? They keep moving things around here. Oh, here we go. Let me start that again. If you'd like to donate to the Save Aylo Fund, there we go. Support your tits, and you can jump in there, and all the money will go to getting Aylo out of whatever pickle she's in right now. I don't know how many meanings that has. Far too many.
She's not messaging back. Oh well, fuck it. It's just the lads. You know what I mean? You're just fucking lads.
Well, I tell you what, Damo, we were showing this earlier on. Bang, middle of the screen. So your comedy special is up on the YouTubes. Tell us about that. You filmed it over in Edinburgh. Did you? When did you film that?
Yeah, that was 2018. Like Jesus. Yeah. And then
is this the show about you? I don't know if I can say you're getting a car in it.
Yeah, you can say it.
Yeah. So I went to see it when you were at the Gilded Balloon, and it was one of the funniest shows that I saw that year. It was great. So
man. Yeah, that's the one. So I filmed like that in the last week while I was there, and then I was touring it. And like when you're on tour, you can do longer than 50 minutes or whatever. So it was a small tour around Europe, UK, Ireland, Australia, did Fringe World, came back, and then it was half that show, then morphing into another show at that point, going 2019 and going into lockdown almost. And then when lockdown hit, I was like, I'll edit it and put it out, because I wasn't sure if there was still some jokes. I was like, I'd still like to do them again live, but then then time just kept ticking by, and I was like, no, I'll just put it out. So, I had the footage, and I was going to edit it myself, and then we filmed a lockdown special last year while me and Danny O'Brien were doing a gig in a block of flats in Ringsend, and then just out of the blue, this guy Barry and his mate Oleg, they contacted us. I guess they just saw us gigging around, like filming stuff and putting it out online, and they were like, if you want us to film it, because they hadn't got much. They had a lot of work cancelled as well because they were filming live stuff and weddings and things as well. So, and music videos. So they didn't want us to film anything. We're like, hey, we're filming something this weekend. We were going to do it anyway. So they filmed our lockdown special, and then I said, hey, I've got all the footage cut. I mean, it's not cut, but I've got all the footage from my last show. Do you want to cut it? And they're called Defiant, and they're an Irish base, and they cut Joe Rooney's special. He's filmed one, and that's going to come out soon as well. So it's like, it's great to know that, like, wherever you are in the world, like, and on our doorstep here, there's there's just film crews that are like, that can film stuff and cut it. And I'm like, I was thinking I could sell it. I was like, no, I just want to put it out there because, it's 2018 and like, time's gone by, and I really like it. I just want more people to see it. So
yeah, it's great because YouTube is the new, it's the new Netflix. Like a lot of the guys, a lot of American comedians are just going straight to YouTube. They're not talking to anybody else just get it straight out and get on the road. So it's a great. I've watched it a few times while pretending to work here at home. So it's absolutely brilliant. So if you can watch something 3 times, it's still funny. So that's real. That's
like Keego. Well, like thanks to before Netflix and all that, like YouTube was where we would discover so many stand-ups. Like even before they would get big, especially like say ones that don't live in your country. So like a lot of Australian ones not there anymore, or any country, they just pop up, and you just go, man, like, and then you follow them from then on, and then eventually they tour, or you do a festival and they're on as well, and so a lot of comedians we've all seen for the first time on YouTube. So you're hoping that you'll be in the mix one day. Someone might just click past and be like, "Who's this guy, eh?" And then,
who does he think he is?
Well, as a reminder to everyone, anytime you see that face looking like that, click on it and watch it all the way through. Algorithms are needed behind this video, whoever he is. So put the algorithms behind Damo. That's the key.
Yeah. But I think Ben nearly said it there. So I went to buy a car and then ended up in jail. And and it was like a quick turnaround. And about halfway through, like that's where the story goes, and everyone just sort of goes quiet. And I go, "Yeah, that's a bit." It goes a twist, and like, actually take me seriously or not. So I had to. It was really fun story to do, and obviously, like when you're doing, because you can, when we all have stories, but then how much of each section to tell. So it's like an accordion. So like whatever night people catch you on, it's like I want to embellish more of being in the cell. I want to embellish more of the check-in. Yeah. Not that they call it a check-in, but just check-in.
The check-in to being arrested.
Yeah, just slightly different to the Hilton in town. I would, yeah.
We need to take your belt. And what time would you like your morning call?
What time do you want your shower? No, thank you.
Yeah. I'll just sit here and rot in my own cell. No, but it is great that yourself and Danny have been looking at lockdown, where a lot of people are sitting in front of screens and they've gone, right, I'm going to organize stuff. So the garden gigs thing is something I've been watching for how you guys are doing it. I saw the specials on the Virgin app. I think that I tried to use it the other day. I've watched it twice. That's on the Virgin Media app, isn't it?
It's on YouTube. Sorry to cut you off there. It's on YouTube now as well. So you don't even need. Good old
well then, fuck Virgin then. Fuck Virgin.
On DamianClark.com. I just did the link there because I think it's Virgin Media. They changed the name, but I think it's Virgin Media 1. I think it's on their page or whatever. But I've done a link on DamianClark.com anyway. Cool. So yeah, there as well, man. It's like 26 minutes or something? Bang! And it was so good because we filmed for an hour. And as you know, if you've seen it, Keego, it's all like you start a joke. But you're outside, so a lot of it is just banter with the crowd because the rings end and they're bloody hilarious. So the whole thing was just. I'm so glad we filmed it because, well, that's what comics have been dealing with the last month. It's just the elements, and that becomes the material. They become they're hilarious. That helps you be hilarious because it's all there for you, and it's wicked. It's just fun, and I hope that goes that. Like I hope everything that we've taken from lockdown we keep, and the other stuff.
Yeah. I mean, the great bit in that is you can see people looking around, going, "These are humans. I see other humans. I have to Google feet when I get back to the house, but these are real people out here. I can see their feet. They're humans." It was an amazing. There were a couple of moments in there in that special where you can see people enjoying themselves just in a different way because they haven't been out of their house. So it's really, really good.
It's cool, and like they can't go home because they are home. So,
it's like a busker who shows up at your house. It's like you're already home. You've nowhere to go. So I'm gonna play you Wonderwall 100 times until you give me some money. It's that old chestnut. But I think what we'll do is we're gonna throw this up. That's a weird phrase. We're gonna put this up on the page. Send everyone over to watch everything. But go to DamianClark.com. Or everything is there. Absolutely everything you need to know is there. I was actually floating through your comics today on the page.
Oh, yeah.
Just scrolling. And I was like, I'm supposed to be in a work meeting, but I'm just scrolling through this. This is hilarious. So there's a load of stuff on there. It's really brilliant.
Oh, cheers, Keego. Me doodles.
That's it. You keep doodling, and Ben, next week, what are we?
Yeah.
Is it a surprise or what are we doing? Because
No,
I think
we talked about it last time. Next week is our last show of this series, and it might be the last show in this current format. I guess the reason we're going to be meeting up is to talk about that kind of thing. But through the 26 odd episodes that we've done of this over the last however many months, we have never met. Keego and Ailish and I have never been in the same place. The last time we met was at the gig that we did together, wherein we came up with this idea. So to end the normal run of episodes, I think we're going over to Ailish's house, which God help us, because her technology fucked up, and she's gone now.
I don't know if that was her leaving the party tits. I don't know if that was her just saying, "I've had enough of this. I'm leaving. I'm not letting them onto my balcony." So location to be determined.
I got a message from her saying her phone just got very hot and then died. So I guess we'll have to bring up technology, but we're all just going to hang out on our balcony and just have a party. We're just having the party tits. We're all together party. Maybe that's what we call it. So the
bouncing here and there, everywhere. You could do it to the thing.
Fine. I will. That's our karaoke song that we're going to learn for it. We're going to sing Gummy Bears all together at some point. So we're going to get hammered and we're going to do it in the same location, live in front of you, and we hope that you can join us because we'd love that. No excuse, no going to the fucking gym or yada yada yada. What other excuses you've got to improve your life now that you're able? We're all going to just hang out, and it's going to be great.
The good old angry party tits finish to a show, threatening people to watch next week. Before we leave, because we have Damo here. We're going to put a poster on top of his face. You're going to see Damo headlining the Friday Night of Eargasm. I don't know if you know about this. We've only been talking about this for the last age. So Friday night, Damo is going to close the show before we start a party, and it's going to be fantastic. So Rascal Comedy and Damo closing us off on the Friday, the party tits on the Saturday, and then the Sunday rollover Halloween special, Halloween party. I'm dressing as Harley Quinn because no one has ever done that before. Party on the Sunday. At the moment, it is the first live gig until Garden Gigs, the geniuses down below here, organize another gig. That's the first live gig in the books right now this year. So hopefully everyone's going to come out and support us all. But Damo, it has been an absolute pleasure to meet you virtually. Hopefully we will meet you in 3D very soon.
It's been a pleasure, Tets. Keego, Ben. We're still shitting, farting.
And Ben, you are beautiful as always. And let's angrily hit the end credits.